welcome to Bologna for the final game on the final day of EuroBasket Women 2025 Group B. This is the battle of the unbeatens. Italy going up against Lithuania for top spot in Group B. It does not get any bigger than this. There's our game ball. We are all hyped here. The biggest crowd of the week by far here in Bologna. Here is the slate of games today. Slovenia playing Serbia to close out their tournament, winning that one 84-69. Certainly a good way for Slovenia to finish off what has been a bit of a struggle this week. But here are the standings. Both of our teams here this evening, Italy and Lithuania, both of them know they're in the quarterfinals, but both of them want to finish top so they can potentially try and avoid France in the quarterfinals matchup. My name's Mark Mills. I'm your play-by-play commentator for today's game. Joining me courtside, Formula WNBA and a current member of the Connecticut Suns coaching staff, Kristen Mann. Kristen, last game here in Bologna. How are you feeling?
I'm kind of sad, to be honest. No, but these games have been incredible. We've had some nail-biters. We've been on the edge of our seats, and I expect absolutely nothing less tonight. Yeah,
it should be an amazing game to close it out. Probably the biggest game of the group right now. Lithuania have been impressive, played up against pre-tournament expectations. But what's impressed you most about what they've done this week?
Honestly, I'm going to stick with the young superstar, Jussi Josite. She has been awesome this entire competition. I expect her to put up big numbers tonight, especially if Lithuania want that top seed.
Yeah, expect big performances from their star players. That is for sure, because it is going to be their biggest challenge of the week, going up against the home team in front of thousands of Italians here in Bologna.
No doubt.
It is going to be noisy throughout today's game. We're now going to have our player introductions for the Italian team. The crowd go a little bit quiet before we get to them. They've certainly entertained the home fans here this week. However, let's be realistic. Italy have given away quite a few big leads, but still have come away with the wins. Do you think that's going to happen again today, or have they learned their lesson?
I would hope that they've learned their lessons, because it happened 2 times in the prior 2 games. They really need to be careful with this Lithuanian team. It's been 10 years since the last time they've competed in this competition, so they're very eager to get that top seed. I think, and I hope Italy will dominate this home court. Will take advantage of being here and not lose the home court, because to be quite honest, during those lows in those last 2 games, it got very quiet in this arena, and I think it's to their advantage to keep them hyped throughout the whole game.
Yeah, certainly a bright start would be beneficial for Italy to get the crowd right behind them. We're now going to take a break in our commentary as we have the national anthems. We'll have the national anthem of Lithuania first, followed by the national anthem of Italy. If you have your volume buttons to hand, I definitely recommend you turn them up. They're going to be rousing renditions for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, with your eyeball, we invite you to stand for the national anthem. Chiediamo gentilmente al pubblico di alzarsi in piedi per ascoltare l'inno nazionale della Lituania.
That is hair standing on their end type of start to the game here. Both national anthems sung loud and proud by their fans courtside. Don't know about you, but I am
Chills.
ready for a big ball game right now.
Wait.
So players and coaches exchange gifts on the half as they get ready to lock in. A little over 2 minutes until our opening tip-off. This one is going to be electrifying here in Bologna. This is about right to close out what's been a great group, a huge game. Here are your officials: Martin Horozov of Bulgaria Viola, Georgi of Norway, and Michal Proch of Poland. Strong officiating crew for what is going to be a big, big game in Bologna. We're going to jump over and start to look through the starting fives for both teams. Lithuania, as I say, have probably performed better than most neutrals expected. Who are you looking for? You said Yotsita. Is there anyone else that you think will step up?
Absolutely. I think Laura Yoskaite has been awesome for them as well. She had a huge game last game, 24 points, 9 rebounds. And my third pick is Venturayate. She's been solid for them. Initially came off the bench, got the start last game and this game. So she's been really consistent, has about 14 points a game and around 5-6 rebounds. So yeah, those are my top 3.
And Yotsita, no surprise, has been highlighted as the one to watch. 16 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, 7 assists, leading the entire competition in assists.
Get out of here.
Bear in mind, she is 19 years of age. It is exciting to think how far she can go. There is their head coach, Stanishauskis. He's going with Yotsita, Sinishkaita, Yoshkaita, Sventurayte as Mishkiniana as his starting 5. Just 37 years of age.
What?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. A super young coach being given a big job and delivering on that big job. We look across to Italy now. Obviously, Xander Lassini will grab an awful lot of headlines. Here's their starting 5. Keys, Passa, Verona, Xander Lassini, and Kubai. Xander Lassini's the key, but what else is in this roster that you're looking for?
Yeah, she's the obvious choice, but Kubai, for me, is crucial down low. She's averaging 11 points, 7 rebounds, but I think she can do more for this team, and others need to continue to step up. Last game, it was Keys and Pazza. Pazza played, what, 14 minutes and had 15 points, which is insane. So their roster, they've got some good depth, so it could be anyone on that 12 that could step in the spotlight.
Coach Capobianco definitely has some depth to work with in that roster. Xander Lassini will be receiving an awful lot of attention from Lithuania in today's game. We've got under a minute to go till our opening tip. The home fans will definitely play a part here in Bologna, but Lithuania fans will bring noise as well. By far and away our biggest crowd of the week. Where is this game going to be won and lost for these two?
I have no idea.
There's so many variables.
There's so many variables.
One's offensive or defensive. And,
it's really hard to say. I think the biggest thing is that Italy needs to stay the course. They can't get too high, they can't get too low, and they've had 2 games where they blew the lead, and they've really kept us on the edge of our seats. So it's important for them to just stay calm in these big moments. And Lithuania, I mean, continue to do what you've been doing, strong defensively, and just those young faces out there. Yotsita just dominating. Yeah,
Lithuania dominating inside, leading the competition in blocks, 6.5 a game. 40 rebounds a game is a big number as well. From Italy's side, probably the perimeter is going to play a big part, shooting 38%. They have scored more threes than any other team in the tournament. So there's really contrasting styles, but so much to look forward to. Okay, we are underway here in Bologna, the final game of Group B. And what a group it's been, but who will finish on top? Yotsita goes early for Lithuania, grabs her own rebound, goes again. This is the layup.
That was a tough start for her. Usually she's had a good start the last 2 games.
Verona now. Passa had a huge game last time out. Comes up short. Both teams good interior defense to start the game.
I thought that was a great aggressive drive by Paza. That's something that she's very, very good at.
Sita comes up short, 0 from 3 so far. What a pass though, but it's ripped away. Verona leads the transition for Italy. Gets it back. Coca Verona no good.
See this matchup of Paza guarding Josite. They played together this past season in Asvel, so they know each other quite well.
And I like it. It's an interesting matchup. Josita obviously has the height advantage, but Paza can stay with her in foot speed.
Yep, absolutely.
Pick and roll, perfect execution. Finish will get the roll. First points on the board as we see Miss Kenyana get her first bucket. Xander Lassini turns the corner. Defense stays with her, but she's strong up against the glass for 2.
Tough shot, great finish by Xander Lassini to get Italy their first 2.
Sita leans in. Roshkaita trying to lose Xander Lassini. That's going to be an interesting battle. Those two so important for their respective teams. Yoshkaita will draw first blood.
And both of them are so talented on the outside and inside, have the ability to post up.
Verona, quick first step, but the finish isn't there. Should be disappointed. Sinishkaita, a little hesitation. Oh, big block by Paza.
Oh man, Xander Lassini should have tried to save that ball.
Baseline ball for Lithuania. Skaita. Skaita runs the pick and roll with Sventuraita off the glass, too heavy. Both teams defending the drive well. Oh, crossover. Xander Lassini open in the slot. 3 is good. Tatilia Xander Lassini.
You cannot give Xander Lassini that much time outside the three-point arc. She is for sure going to make that.
Ripped away by Keys. Italy maraud down the floor. Paza with another breakaway too. Yodzita now goes past Paza. Yodzita for the long 2, rolls it home. An important moment for Lithuania.
This game is going to be fun.
It feels like it is already. Unbelievably, we've already blasted through 3 minutes. Xander Lassini tries to whip it around. Where is it? It ends up in Lithuanian hands.
Great deflection on defense.
Paza reached the passing lane though, and Italy will bring it back. That will be a foul, but luckily for her, Yoshkaita was behind her defensively, so it won't be called a unsportsmanlike. Francesca Paza is a rocket on the floor as soon as she gets the ball.
Just call her Speedy.
Unbelievable. I don't think there's a player in any of the teams we've seen here in Bologna that could match her in a foot race.
No way. Yeah, I agree with you. Super fast.
Xander Lassini, ball back in hand. Nags it, Skyda van der Horst chases her out. It's enough to put her off. Couldn't quite get the step back set up. She'll put another 3 up. It's a little short. Verona looking to find some weaknesses to attack. None shown just yet. Inside to Keys. Blocking foul, I think, is going to be called on Mishkiniena.
I think Mishkiniena thinks it was a travel violation. She started walking the other way.
Another one of those situations where a player is straight up and down, but their legs are moving.
Yep.
And that kind of counts still.
But they're still keeping their arms straight. Like, I didn't move.
Passer, corner pocket. Little heavy. Sventarajta pulls down the rebound. Third board of the game for her already. Yatsita finds a way through. Little soft jumper is good. Juste Yatsita.
That's that beautiful shooter's touch right there. She's got that nice roll.
Kubai. Hands it off to Verona. Quick release on the three! Costanza Verona.
Is that their first? No, that's not their first three. That's their second three of the night.
Picked away by Kubai. Foot violation. Shot clock will reset back out to 14. There's the three ball from Verona. Looks even sweeter in slow motion, and there's the reaction from the crowd.
Kubai did a nice job on that handoff, actually. She kind of almost set a screen as she was handing the ball off.
Skihita will have possession on the sideline. Lithuanian jumps continue to ring out around the arena here in Bologna. Pass down low, Sventarajta holds on to it. The help across from Verona is a half step too late and certainly undersized.
But that was a really good look by Nesiskaite van der Horst. Sventarajta, she could have got her hands on the ball right away. I think that would have been an and one, possibly.
So we'll see a change as Passer comes out of the game. In her place comes Fasina, who has not seen a second of action. What a time to get your first step onto the floor.
Definitely no nerves. Who knows? She could have a night like Pazza last night, who...
You feel like within these two teams, it's going to be that unsung hero that tips the balance in favor of one or the other.
Yeah, I think you might be right, because, you know, the superstars should rise to the occasion and perform. It's going to come down to those role players.
Sventarajta goes 2 from 2. Her first points of the game. Santucci has come into the game for Verona. Keys now at the free throw line, a little heavy. Nesiskaite van der Horst does a great job to physically match Jasmine Keys. Oh, that's tough. That's a pass that a big never wants to receive. The shoelace pass is a killer. Stolen away. Kubai had the mismatch, doesn't anymore. Santucci open at the top, lets it fly, and it's an air ball from Mariella Santucci, the Bologna native. And you see a change here for Lithuania as Sventarajta comes out and Labotskiena comes in. Italy make a change as Medera comes into the action for Keys. Both coaches working their rotations here in the first quarter. Batted away, Kubai reads the passing lane beautifully. Foul will be called. Skihita arrives a little late.
Not a bad idea to foul there.
Felt like it was going to be a breakaway too. As expected, nothing to separate these teams. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and it is 10 apiece. Zandalasini back to Fasina. She's short and off right.
Well, the way this game started, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring quarter.
That's a good take. Skiena with the drop step. Madera stands up straight. Officials say blocking foul. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, she's still moving forward. I think that's a good call.
She's asking for win.
I think
that right arm definitely came down a little bit.
North of 4,000 Italian fans in the crowd probably agree with her a little bit as well. Coach is just giving, the official's just giving Coach Capobianco a bit of a warning. I think it's to do with the reaction from the bench. It's certainly a hot topic for officials to manage the behaviour of bench players. Into the game comes another Bologna native. Olbis Andre now as Lorella Kubai takes the seat. First is good for Skiena, 88% across these group games so far.
You know what happens every time you mention a free throw percentage?
I know. Thank goodness for that. There's not much space between us and the hardcore Lithuanians, so don't fancy my chances of getting away. Santucci hands it away. Zandalasini, no-look pass. Andre can't hold on to it, though, a little too hot to handle. Josh Gaita steps through, comes up short. Scramble is won by Donski Hita. All the way through, comes back to the top. Olbis Andre will be called for the foul as she gets in a wrestling match with Mishkiniena.
Yeah, they're both pretty physical inside, trying to fight for position.
Yeah, could be some really interesting matchups in that front court today. Knocked out of bounds, a little bit too much on the pass from Natty Skaida van der Horst.
She's got the right idea, she's just putting a little too much on it.
It's also a difficult pass when you're passing straight down the lane, no angle on it at all. It's always tough to take. Goes inside, steps through beautiful footwork, and will get the reward. Martina Fasina with her first points of the tournament.
It's a great take, good body control by Fasina.
Niena won't get the and one, will have to earn her points the hard way. Second foul is going to be called on Madera. I think we're going to see a change as Pan and Keys will come into the game. Madera will be forced out of the action on that second foul. And Zandalasini, who's been relatively quiet so far, she has 5 points, but hasn't been dominating the game, will take a seat as well. Laura Miskiniena at the line for 2. Comes up short on the first. A little heavy on the second. Straight out of bounds by Lithuania, so it will be Italian ball on the baseline. Miskiniena will come out of the game as Grigoloskita comes in. Almost an illegal screen. Pan now. Lithuanian defense is all-encompassing. Pass inside to Olbis Andre. I don't think she realized how open she was.
Yeah, definitely had the mismatch against Nesiskaite van der Horst underneath. And like you said, I don't think she realized.
Skaite goes strong and
Get
gets a
out
tip
of here.
back. That is determination, tenacity on show from the Lithuanian captain. Fasina, short corner 2, and the game, the pace, the tempo, the flow is on the rise here in Bologna. Stolen away by Keys. Santucci. Foul's going to be called. Lavotskiena with the foul. Update from Athens. Group A, final score. Greece 72, Turkey 83. Greece will exit at the group stage. Turkey will progress through to the quarterfinals. So we now know the winner of our game here will face Turkey. The loser will face France in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. That is what these two teams are now playing for.
If I were them, I would not want to face France in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, no, that is after they had the, what was it, the highest win total in 49 years today. They're doing pretty well at the moment. Fasina looks to feed the post. That's a good read.
Yes,
I like that chase down. Yatsita will scoop up the loose ball. Looking to run the clock down, about a 7-second differential between the quarter clock and shot clock. Lane opens up. Into the corner, too heavy. Santucci with the rebound. 6 seconds for Italy to create. Pulls up. Rolls home the 2, that's a big shot. Mariella Santucci extends Italy's lead at the end of the first. That is a big moment as Italy will hold a 4-point lead after 10 minutes. Their fans are in this one, that is for sure. Apologies for the on-screen graphic, it's not a timeout, it is the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, that momentum is definitely in the hands of Italy after that last shot. You can see here that Lithuania is really struggling when they've already got 7 turnovers in the first 10 minutes of play. You're not going to win very many games if you're turning the ball over 7 times in a quarter. So they really need to do a better job of handling the basketball, taking care of it, giving up possessions.
And I don't think those turnovers aren't necessarily coming from steals. It's more that they're coming from interceptions in passing lanes.
I mean,
the Italians are reading their offense too well.
They're also throwing it out of bounds.
That doesn't help, that's for sure. So here are some of the best plays from this first quarter of action. No real surprises. Both these teams match up really well, pretty much on every position on the floor.
Yeah, Zandalosini with that big 3 when she had about 5 seconds to get that shot off. And Kaza with her speed, beating everyone down the court.
Zandalosini right now leads all scorers with 5. Leading the way for Lithuania is that player there. Justa Yatsita has 4 points at the moment alongside Joškaitė. Both of those players on 4.
With the way that the first quarter started, I really thought it was going to be a higher scoring game. It kind of died down a little bit in that the majority of the entire quarter, to be honest, and then it picked back up towards the end.
Okay, if you have your phone to hand, scan the QR code, grab yourself the Courtside 1891 app where you can watch live stream, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Second quarter action underway here in Bologna. The last game here in Group B. Italy lead this one by 4. Remember, winner goes top, loser will finish in second place. It is important who wins this game. It will dictate who they face in the quarterfinals. Great defensively stand by Lavotskiena. Shot goes up, that's a little long. Rebound knocked down by Andre and scooped up by Keys. Still quite a pace to this game. Both teams looking for transition, but the door being closed off.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty quick shot for Lithuania on the other end.
Santucci, very difficult shot, well guarded. Right, Siniskaita. Foul's going to be called on Olbis Andre. That will be her second of the game. A little bit of foul trouble for Coach Capobianco to deal with. Two front court players already on 2 fouls each. Double change for Italy. Verona and Kubai come in. Santucci and Andre head to the bench. Baseline ball for Lithuania. Yotsita wide open on the wing. Doesn't make them pay. Verona with the rebound. Second board of the game for her. Trimboli. Keys. Yes. Jasmine Keys is the stretch four. Jasmine Keys probably has bigger impact so far this week from the perimeter than she has had inside. Enables Italy to open up a 7-point lead now.
Yeah, yesterday she was 3 for 4 from downtown. Was huge for them, so I continue to say that she needs to keep taking those open shots.
Foul's going to be called. Italy starting to rack up the fouls a little here. First foul of the game for Kubai. Second team foul of the quarter for Italy. An illegal screen has been set by Labotskiena. Trimboli ends up on the floor. Yeah, it just keeps moving, keeps edging to try and push that out a little further. Good call by the officials.
Yeah, that's tough.
Labotskiena will head to the bench now. That was her second foul. Sventeraita jumps in her place. Liatuva rings out around the arena. The Lithuanian fans know that their team need them right now.
I like the full court pressure from Siniskaite.
Stolen away.
Just like that.
Yotsita gets into the passing lane. Foul's going to be called. That one on Pan. Her first foul of the game. 13th foul of the quarter for Italy, though, and we're not even 2 minutes into the quarter. Sventeraita comes back out. Knocked away, good hands from the Italians. Kubai now, wide open, almost loses a footing, but gets the 2 to go. And just like that, we're gonna have a timeout. Stanislavskis has seen enough. His team trail by 9. Lithuanian, well, no choice, really. Have to call a timeout, stop the flow.
Thought that was a great run by Kubai. And whenever your posts get a defensive stop and they run the floor, you have to find a way to reward them. And she did just that, finished that play for 2.
Coach Stanislavskis calls the timeout. And an important moment in the game for the Lithuanian team as well. Italy just starting to find some rhythm right now here in Bologna. The home fans are getting really behind their team. Important for Lithuania to try and change the course of this game.
Well, yeah, I think that starts with calling the timeout and trying to break the rhythm. And now it comes down to if they can execute this play that's just right out of the timeout.
That's it, Skyder van der Horst runs the pick and roll with Sventeraita. Tries to go all the way, bats it away. Kubai with the big hands, swats that one. Verona. Shot clock down to 5. Kubai's going to have to go to work. Verona will have to put it up. Heaves it high, almost off the glass. Not quite right angles this time. Shot fake and a strong drive. Blocking foul's going to be called on Pan.
I'll be honest, I'd like to see the replay on that. I think I need to see it again.
There's the block before Kubai on Natsitskaita Vanderhorst. And it will be baseline ball for Lithuania. That's Pan's second foul, so she'll head to the bench. Xander Lassini comes back into the action. Yotsita puts her head down, attacks the basket. Foul's going to be called. Trimboli will be called for her first foul.
I like the aggressive drive. She's trying to get to the free throw line. Still tough. She's got 2 players on her.
Yeah, a very aggressive move, but it's what we've seen all week from her. Ignore the date of birth. She does not play like a 19-year-old. The first is good. Takes her personal tally to 5. The second lands as well. Italy's lead trimmed back to 7 points now. Unbelievably, Italy yet to go to the free throw line, and we're almost 14 minutes in.
Lithuania switching things up defensively, of dropping this zone.
And Lassini drives inside. Foul's going to be called. That will send Xander Lassini to the line for 2. Sinskaita called for the foul. Here's the replay. Yeah, hands all over it, to be fair, and contact on the arm.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I understand it. She's trying to put pressure on her and be aggressive defensively, but as the shot clock is winding down, it's a little risky.
She's given up 12 centimeters in that battle as well. That's not an easy task to try and guard. But Xander Lassini has that advantage over a lot of the players she goes up against, standing at 186.
And not to mention,
as a 2-guard.
And she's got hang time.
Yeah, absolutely. Deceptive in many ways. Can't get the second to go, though. Italy's lead will stay at 8. Yatsita, Labotskiena, shot fake, pulls in for the shorter range 2, but can only get it to slap off the perspex no more. Verona trying to shake, trying to bait, goes to that baseline. Xander Lassini open in the slot. Xander Lassini comes up short.
I mean, that was some pretty basketball with that extra pass, and that's who you want to take that shot as the shot clock's winding down.
Knocked away, great defensive effort by Xander Lassini. No, foul's been called off the ball on Kubai. Oh, which came first is going to be interesting.
Yeah. It was almost at the same time.
The one thing I would say, though, it would be when the ball hits something out of bounds is when it technically is out of bounds. So until it hit a fan in the front row, the game is live.
It's still on, yeah.
So Svente Reiter at the line for 2. Reasonable foul concerns right now for Coach Capobianco. Pan, Kubai, Medera, and Andre, all on 2 fouls each.
With still 5.5 left. Oh no, she misses both.
Goes 0 from 2 from the line. Rare mistakes from Sventalaita. 70% prior to today's game from the free throw line. Agla Sventalaita. Lithuania still in this 2-3 zone. Keys steps in. Andre picks up the loose ball. Shot clock down to 5. Keys will look to draw the defense. Has to throw a prayer up. Won't even get it to hit the rim. Good stand by Lithuania. Almost knocked away. Jatsita goes in, high off the glass. Another foul is going to be called.
Is that on the shot or the rebound?
I think it's on the shot. It is either way. She's going to the line for 2. Verona picks up her second foul. She joins the 2-foul crew that is ever growing in this Italian team.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they are spreading those fouls, though.
That's true. Lithuania is already at the free throw line over, this is 11? Their 11th attempt.
Down low. Quick ball movement. Verona's open on the weak side. Verona launches, but is a little heavy. Xander Lassini scoops up another offensive rebound. Foul's going to be called on Yoshkaita.
And that's one of the biggest issues when you fall back into a zone. You're not matched up with somebody. So you have to be sure to box out somebody, get a body on someone, so you're not giving up second opportunities for the offensive team.
So Italy's lead sits at 6, under 4.5 minutes to play. Remember, the prize at stake is a quarter-final against Turkey. Verona is too long, but the rebound falls once again to Italian hands. The loser of today's game will face France in the quarter-finals. Xander Lassini, crossover, baseline drive, comes up short. Verona comes up short, grabs her own rebound. Italy dominating the O-glass right now.
Absolutely, they need to find ways to convert those extra opportunities.
Shot clock down to 3. Passer's going to have to put it up. It's low arcing. Verona another offensive rebound. Her third of the night. Goes inside, and again they can't make it count. A 2-on-2 break here. Lithuania going all the way. That's heavy-handed. Labotskiena goes over the top of Passer to get the 2. Wow. And we are down to a 4-point ball game. Coach Capobianco will call a timeout here for Italy. Important timeout for Coach Capobianco. Kristen, I saw you diving into the box score. What nuggets of gold have you dragged out of the stats?
Well, they ended up showing the gold.
Oh, how dare they?
I know, but 1 for 10 for Italy from 2. It's shooting 10%, and then 1 for 5 from 3, shooting 20%. And they have 7 offensive rebounds, so they have plenty of chances to score. They're just not converting those opportunities.
And that has cost Italy their lead somewhat. Their lead is down to just 4. And Lithuania's resilience, once again, is paying off.
They're back in that zone.
Keys at the top. Oh, another three-ball, Jasmine Keys. How many times this week has she stepped into that exact spot at the top and nailed a 3?
She's clutch for me. I mean, there's 2 people you cannot leave wide open behind the arc.
And Keita comes up short, and it's ripped away. Pick your pocket. Great play by Keys on the defensive end this time.
I will say Keys did have a slow first game.
Foul's going to be called on the floor.
No continuation? No, she wasn't in her shooting motion.
There's still another dribble to come.
Yeah.
Josh Keita comes out, and that's Keita van der Horst replaces her. Josh Keita picks up her second foul. Santucci in the slot, hits another 3, and Italy have come out of that timeout with some real energy now.
Huge back-to-back threes for them to extend their lead, plus 10.
And in response, Coach Stanishauskis will call a timeout. 2:28 left in this first half, a 10-point lead for Italy.
Jos keisis ant screen for screenerių iš kampo pasiruoš pažiūrėkit skipą ir šitą vietą. Mes kai žaidžiam pikenrolą, mes visada turim skipą pasą. Lygiai tas pats, screen for screenerius dabar kaip bus. Jūs dar reikia, jūs matai neturėt. Čia turi gerą pasą pasižiūrėti. Bet
Cool, calm and collected. Coach Stanishauskis in the huddle. His team trail by double digits right now. He's not panicking. What corrections do you feel they need to make right now?
Well, I don't think they're shooting very well from outside. I believe they're 0 for 5 from the three-point line, and you got to go, right now you got to go inside, in my opinion, and then work your way out. So we'll see what they choose to do. They do go inside.
Venturita against Andre. 2 very, very powerful bigs going at it. Passa, coast to coast, comes up short. Keys again flies through. Scrambling for the rebound. Gingerly back to her feet though. Santucci, elbow jumper. That's short. Albis Andre crashes the offensive glass again. Offensive rebound number 9 for Italy.
She jumped so high up there in between 2 defenders.
Ah, Yotsita. Pressure, what pressure? A 19-year-old shrugs it off and delivers when her team needs her to. Keys in the corner now. Ah, Jasmine Keys is having one of those nights here in Bologna. You have to love a reaction as well. Just nonchalantly runs back to play some defense. No celebration,
nothing.
No fist pump, nothing. Just a day at the office for Jasmine Keys. Venturita long 2, off target. Italy really starting to grow in confidence. Zandalasini whips it around, looking for the hot hand of Keys. Keys looking to back down against Yotsita, has the advantage. Lovely pass. Albis Andre won't get the score though, and it's ripped away from her. Nacic Skaita Vanderhorst out in the break. Foul's going to be called on Xander Lassini.
Smart take by Nesiskaite, I thought. You never know with her. Sometimes she likes to pull up for those transition threes, but I think this was the right decision by her to stop the clock a little bit and get back to the free throw line.
I think the way she approached it was right as well. She used her strength is probably the advantage she has over Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini has that height.
Yeah.
So she made it body contact. She didn't try and take the contact in the air.
Yeah.
She took it on the floor.
On the floor, you're right.
Herself. Double change here for Italy. Xander Lassini will head out. She's now on 2 fouls as well. Albus Andre heads to the bench. In their place, we see Pan and Madeira return.
So almost all of Italy's entire roster kind of has 2 fouls.
Near enough. Near enough. Santucci, Facina, Spriafico are doing okay right now. To be fair, Keys is doing well. She's foulless at the moment. Pan with the rebound. Final 30 seconds of what has been an exhilarating first half of basketball. Santucci finds a seam, attacks it strong, but too strong. Lithuania surely are going to look for the final shot of the quarter, but it's stolen away. Pan picks up the loose ball. 5 seconds left. Inside to Keys, but the miss off the layup. And that will be the end of the first half. The game closes out in the half, the way it has been for the entire first 20 minutes. Breathless, electric basketball, both teams pushing themselves hard. But at the halfway stages, Italy 34, Lithuania 23. So much still to come here in Bologna. There are the shooting stats from the first half. Clearly, 3-pointers is a very big difference between these two.
Yeah, they're really struggling from outside. I mean, they have only taken 5, but that and their free throws, you know, in my opinion, I really think they need to get the ball inside more. And I think teams forget that just because you didn't score, it's still a good look.
The percentage is still high,
yeah,
right?
It's still, yeah, and there's been a couple possessions where they have gone inside. They just might not have scored on it, but it was still a good shot. So for me, you don't need to go away from that. You still need to go back inside and then work your way out.
Our two superstars here clearly having their part to play. Xander Lassini has 6, Yotsita has 10. There is no two ways about it. They will have their hands in whoever comes out with the win in this game. Here are the top plays from that second quarter of action. Jasmine Keys, well, how many superlatives do we have for her?
I mean, she should just shoot threes. Her percentage from 3 is on fire compared to her 2-point shots, but she is Mrs. Clutch for me right now.
She certainly has stepped up once again. She's averaging a little under 10 points a game. Across the first 2 games, she has 8 at the half, including 2 triples. She has certainly putting in a shift for her team. On the Lithuanian side right now, the other concern probably for Coach Staniszewskis will be 11 turnovers at the half. How do you try and correct that? Is there something they need to be doing differently, or?
I think it's on them, actually. I think they're doing it to themselves. I don't really feel like Italy has done a ton to disrupt them. The last one that just happened there, they passed it right into Italy's hands. So there's a lot that have been like that. I would say maybe half are a cause,
errors,
are unforced errors. And, you know, you just can't do anything about it now. You can only try. You need to have a short memory, you know, in basketball sometimes. And all they can do right now is say, okay, the first half, it's over and done with. Was it our best? Absolutely not. No. So they can only move forward from here.
Okay,
but
that's the half here in Bologna. Lithuania lead this one 34-23. Trail 34-23 to Italy.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Witzeba finds Brown. Brown penetrates, no to go. Again, time's wanted down. Witzeba's got to go from the logo. Are you kidding me? Only Witzeba from the EuroBasket logo.
Barely touched the net.
Peterson, what a dive, finds Geisel, so she finishes. What a 1-2 play combo.
Oh, that's pretty, Josh. Good job from her shooting in rhythm.
Good take back. Get it rejected.
Philippe, again, you mentioned she's the one applying that pressure. They do get away with it. And Angelova was in the right spot and converted.
Cool as you like, hey.
Taking the paints. They want to put back them into foul trouble. Nice little dish off. And again, beautiful basketball by Sweden. Neatly tucked away by Ellen Nyström.
There's not many players that have this connection. And now Alamon rewards Van Loo. Love to see it.
Team determined to get back to the final. Carrera goes in. What a block by FIBA.
Lekovic has to go up against Lidskens now. What a move! Maria Lekovic underneath the big. Habzova, great work. Rodachkova through the spin cycle.
Well, you said talk about momentum, and the free throws changed it. Well, they just hammered home that momentum change. Back to a 20-point game, but it could have been a 15-point game.
13 fast break points to 2.
Take by Buma, bit of contact and another rejection. I'll say it one more time. Our fam said no in mi casa. Adios, goodbye. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
Welcome back to Bologna in Italy. Halfway through the final game here in Group B, and it's Lithuania trailing 34-23 to Italy. Leading scorer for Lithuania, Justa Jatsita, has 10 points, 4 from 4 from the free throw line, 3 from 6 from the field. Almost half of Lithuania's points coming out of the hands of the 19-year-old. Doesn't feel like that's going to be the solution to get them the win here today.
Absolutely not. She definitely needs help, and in the previous 2 games, she has had help from Yoshka Aite and Sventra Aite. And today, those 2 players have combined for 6 points. So something's got to change for them in the second half. They need to find different solutions and ways to get both of those two involved in the offense.
And it definitely does feel like, from Lithuania's perspective, it is about issues on the offensive end rather than the defensive end.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
So from Lithuania's perspective, it is more about issues on the offensive end than the defensive.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, you just held Italy to 34 points. That's not bad at all. And again, it goes back to their turnovers. They had 11 turnovers, which led to 9 points for Italy. And Italy's done a great job taking care of the ball. They've only got 4. So that's probably the biggest difference, has been the story of turnovers, which are obviously limiting those opportunities for Lithuania to score the basket.
Certainly the three-point shooting of Jasmine Keys certainly helps Italy. She is their leading scorer at the half. She has 8 points. Only 1 from 6 from inside, 2 from 2 from downtown.
She just needs to shoot threes.
They are 5 from 12 from the outside, while Lithuania are still waiting for their first 3 of the game.
It's going to open up this second half. It has to. I mean, I forget what game we did earlier where both teams didn't hit a 3 in the first half, and then it was raining threes immediately. So I'm sure, I have a feeling it might be Nesiskaite Vanderhorst who might hit the 3.
And here is the shot chart for Jasmine Keys. As you can see, the further away from the buckets you get, the better things go, which is a rarity, but certainly an important piece for Italy in that first half. So just a reminder of context, this is the final game here in Group B, the final game in Bologna. The winner of today's game will earn the right to head to Athens. I think they'll fly out tomorrow morning, but they won't play their quarterfinal till Tuesday. They will play Turkey, whilst the loser will end up playing what is looking like a very good French team in that quarterfinal. A record-breaking win over Switzerland for them earlier today in their final group game. Although both teams guaranteed to be to the quarterfinals, you try and pick the easiest path, and you would say that France are not an easy path right now.
Yeah, they're definitely not. I would say they're probably favored to finish first.
So path-wise, they're kind of the Mount Everest of paths.
You really don't want to. You don't want to see them until the finals.
Yeah, as late as possible. So huge amount to play for in the second half, as these two teams look to finish Group B unbeaten and take that confidence and momentum with them. Trying to zoom forward to next weekend, can you see either of these two teams getting to the podium? Could you see either of these two teams on the top step of the podium? What do you think?
I mean, I think anything is possible. It's just one game, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like the NCAA tournament. It's like you never know what can happen in 40 minutes, and we've seen it actually here, where teams have been up 15, 20 points. Italy, specifically.
Very much so.
And they've blown leads, and for Italy's sake, they were able to withstand those runs, but yeah, you never know.
Yeah, once you get to the one and done stage, it's a different beast.
Yeah,
right?
It's a different thing.
Okay, both teams entering their final warm-ups. We're just 3 minutes away from the restart here in the second half. An entertaining but relatively low-scoring first half of basketball. Lithuania averaging almost 76 points a game. They've only scored 23 at the halfway stage. For Italy, they're averaging just shy of 74, so they're kind of on track for where we expect them to be. Maybe a little bit light, but not heavily. It really is kind of ball in the court of Lithuania right now for them to change the direction of this game, because Italy look not unchallenged, but relatively comfortable.
Do you think the low-scoring game has anything to do with fatigue?
Potentially could. They're coming off the back of a rest day, though, so you'd have hoped they'd have had a nice chill-out day yesterday. I did walk past Juste Yotsita in the centre of town, and a couple other players walking around yesterday, but they look pretty relaxed. So you'd hope that it wouldn't play a part. Either way now, they'll get a reasonable break. The one thing I would say is they're going up against Group A in the quarterfinals. Group A are already there. They're in Athens.
Yeah, so they're chilling.
So they've got no travel fatigue or anything coming their way. They've just got Sunday, Monday as complete rest days, whereas the two teams here will have travel day tomorrow, rest day Monday, and a bit of acclimatization to the new hotel and the new arena and everything like that. So
yeah,
that could play against these two teams.
Definitely an advantage for Group A. But nowadays, there's so many cool contraptions and things that are available now for recovery, which I wish I had in my entire career, but I didn't have it till like the very end. Yeah, it was like more like a frozen bag of peas.
Yeah, if it hurts, put
yes.
something cold on it. That's the science we have for you. Yeah. Okay, both teams entering their huddles now. Final instructions from the coaching staff. Still over a minute to go, and the Lithuanian 5 are already coming to the floor. Siniskaita, Natsinskaita, Van der Horst, as well as Mishkaniena. Sventaraita is also coming to the floor, as is Justa Jansita.
Yeah, I think they're ready to get going. I think they know that they did not play like themselves in that first half, and they've got 20 minutes to get this win.
Waiting for the Italian 5 coach Capobianco having a word as we see Matilde Delia courtside. She spent most of the halftime huddle signing autographs for a good 15-20 minutes. There was a queue up into the bleachers, and she didn't leave anyone behind.
That's awesome.
That is what we love. That's why she's the sweetheart here in Italy for sure. If you have your phones to hand, scan the QR code on the screen. Download the official EuroBasket Women app, available on Android and iOS. The perfect companion as we are heading headfirst towards the quarterfinals right now. Italy are going to go with Verona, Trimboli, Kubai, Xander Lassini, and the hot hand, Jasmine Keys, to start the second half.
Kubai has been very quiet. Just 2 points so far. So I'm sure Italy would be happy if she starts to heat up a little bit.
Second half underway here in Bologna. The last 20 minutes of basketball here in Group B. Who will finish unbeaten and head to the quarterfinals with a skip in their step? Who will head towards the quarterfinals to face France? Siniskaita deflected, loose ball falls to the hands of Trimboli. Hands it back to Verona. Quick catch and shoot. A little short and off left. Italy shot the ball well from outside in the first half. Almost knocked away by Keys. Instead, it's kicked away by Verona. Shot clock already set out to 14.
Lithuania might need to clean it up just a little bit. These last two possessions have seemed a little sloppy.
Skaita hands it back to Yotsita. To the corner. Three ball goes up, and once again, they're struggling to get the three to drop. Sventaraita goes strong. Foul's going to be called. Jasmine Keys called for the foul. Sventaraita heading to the line for two.
I think if Lithuania is going to continue to struggle from outside, they need to stick with being aggressive, getting to the rim so that they can make these trips to the free throw line.
Chipping away at the deficit without the clock ticking over. 2 from 2 this time for Agnes Sventaraita. 3 from 5 on the night. Italy's lead trimmed back to 9. By long two, in and out. Yatsika. Dump down low. Sventaraita establishes really low. Big battle yet again. Ripped away. Trimboli gets in amongst the trees and causes chaos. Xander Lassini now. Little Hezzy has to come back around. Verona won't get the roll off the glass. Three ball goes up. Natsitskaita van der Horst. Foul's going to be called on Trimble for walking Siniskaita out of bounds.
Yeah, even if they didn't call that foul, she did a nice job throwing that ball off of her, so it would have stayed with Lithuania no matter what.
The foul on the rebound, yeah. Trimble just caught napping. Didn't box out, didn't step across. Once again, Sventeraita hands it back. Beautiful interchange between the bigs, but quick hands by Kubai, knocking it away.
I think Sventeraita might have had a better chance had she taken that shot with her right hand.
Xander Lassini muscles away to the basket. Siniskaita looking for options. There's not much there. They're going back to Sventeraita. She goes flat with the hook shot, but she gets her own rebounds. And my goodness me, is Agla Sventeraita trying to take her team on her shoulders.
Sure is.
They have no other offensive opportunities right now. Everything is going through her.
And it was so physical inside between her and Kubai.
Siniskaita's going to be called for the foul as she tries to flit away over the screen. Third foul of the game for Siniskaita. Problems for coach Staniszewskis. I think he's just been told of the foul and will try and make a change. Joškaita will come in. The Lithuanian roster just got a little bit taller.
Joškaita has been pretty quiet as well. Just 2 for 5 for the night.
Kubai now hands it back to Verona. Shot clock at 4. Kubai for 3. Oh, heavy-handed. It looked like that one was going to drop. Yatsika almost puts Trimble on her backside. Sventeraita yet again goes for the left hand off the glass. It's becoming a little bit too predictable now, and Italy are reacting well.
Yeah, they keep going inside, which I don't think is a bad idea, but there's got to be a nice little balance.
Natsitskaita van der Horst is going to be called for the foul. Sventeraita will get a breather as Labotskiena comes in her place. Here's the replay. Yeah, Natsitskaita van der Horst just taking one for the team there as they were a little bit disjointed. And Lassini for 3. Almost gets a 4-point play. Instead, she'll have to earn her triple from the free throw line. Natsitskaita van der Horst just a half step late coming out to challenge the shot.
Yeah, if you're that late at that point, you just got to let it go.
Yeah, almost looked she was trying to get out of the way a little bit, but the arm had already been caught. And Xander Lassini has pretty much made a career out of drawing defenders in that way. First is good.
Well, that's a cool shot. Did you see that? It was a nice. It was a fan sitting up top with a Xander Lassini jersey on, looking down. That was cool.
Second is good. Can she go 3 from 3? No, she can't. Ends up making 2 of her 3 free throws. Labotskiena now hands it away. Joškaita, lane opens up, dumps it to the corner. Good ball movement. Yotsita's in the slot for 3.
Go.
First triple of the game for Lithuania. Yotsita heads up to 13 points personal.
If Lithuania can continue to move the ball, make those extra passes, I think they'll have a good chance of knocking down those open threes.
Xander Lassini receiving close attention. Kubai now has the mismatch in the low block. And help required, but the layup's not there for Kubai. She heads into the ad board. Xander Nassini rolls home the three. Teamwork makes the dream work here in Bologna.
Great hustle by Kubai to save that ball. She knew exactly who to get it to.
Beautiful play. Yoshkaita hands it inside. Miss Kenyana converts the two. Feel the tempo and grace of the game starting to pick up now. Both teams starting to accelerate into this second half. Xander Lassini treads a tightrope and throws it away. Foul's going to be called on Jasmine Keys.
Oh.
Italy foul number 0, Keys.
There will be a sideline ball. Plenty of players and coaches asking for an unsportsmanlike, but half the Italian team were between the foul and their own basket, so unless it was excessively aggressive, it's not going to get called. Italy will make a change. Verona comes out of the game as Santucci comes in.
Well, sometimes I think coaches and players now, if there's any type of foul, they just automatically put their hands up and ask for unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it's like
it's like the reflex now.
Yeah, it is. Yoshkaita. Yoncita, you can see that she's starting to feel it. The pass is too high though, and it's bounced out of bounds, so it'll be Italian ball.
I think she should have been a little bit more selfish on that play, taking the shot herself.
Out of the game comes Trimbley, and Passa comes back in. Played a little under 11 minutes in the first half. Francesca Passa has just 2 points after a bumper game last time out. Andre against, hands it off to Xander Lassini. Xander Lassini trying to back away inside, dips the head, goes up off the glass, will draw the foul. See who that one is on.
Yeah, I think that's a tough matchup for Nessaskaite Vanderhorst down on the low block against Xander Lassini. She's got the size, the ability to post up.
I think potentially she's got the foot speed on her
yes.
as well, so it makes it a really awkward matchup. Third foul of the game for Nessaskaite Vanderhorst. Xander Lassini at the line. Lithuania trying to make a change. Officials say you're too late for that one. The first is no good. She drops the 3 from 6 from the free throw line now, Xander Lassini. Gets a second, takes a personal tally up to 14, but more important for Italy, their lead is back out to 10. Xander Lassini heads to the bench as Francesca Pan comes back in.
Did Pan's black eye get darker during halftime?
Yeah, it looks like it actually. Maybe she's got herself another black eye. Yeah. We've seen quite a few here, to be fair. Shepherd was sporting a shiner in the game before as well. This group has been physical throughout. Yoshkaita, double team, fades away. Big play by the Lithuanian captain. She talked about it in the press conference yesterday, just trying to be what her team needs her to be in the moment.
That was a big bucket for Lithuania.
Keys, jumper no good, chases her own rebound down. That's a slip by Lithuania, really. Pan is open, in and out on the 3.
Oh,
foul's going to be called, I think, on Miss Kenyana as she tries to box out Andre. Let's have a look. Yeah, just a little handsy.
Second foul per Miss Kenyana.
Miss Andre heading to the line for 2. Her first trip of the night. The first is no good. Does get the second to go, though. Hita hands it away. Stolen away by the quick hands of Passa.
That was nice.
Smooth stroke from the big.
It's the exact same play that they ran in the possession before. They just got a different option out of it, so good execution for Lithuania.
Passa uses the screen. Shot clock down to 6. Passa's open on the far side. Nails a three. Love the way that Francesca Passa plays the game, just so nonchalant and relaxed. Foul's going to be called on Pan. That will be her third. First Italian player to pick up a third foul. And credit to the Italian coaching staff and the team. They've pretty much all been on 2 fouls for the entire third quarter. And they've seemed to find their way around. And this is the first player on 3 fouls.
Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive.
Gaita hands it back to Yotsita. Skiena, another mid-range jumper. This time it's short. Albasandri just extends those arms over the top for the rebound.
Great rebound by Andre.
Pan now to attack the basket, but Yoshkaita fights with her all the way. Santucci sees a lane, tries to dump it inside. That was always going to be difficult. Keys once again sacrificing her body. Possession arrow favors Italy, but maybe not one they will have wanted, as they've only got 1.8 seconds of shot clock left.
I'm really confused why no bodies in green weren't on the floor for that ball. I'm serious. This is like, you need to get all 50-50 balls. This game is everything. Wow, I'm really shocked.
Sideline ball for Italy, but they've only got 1.8 seconds to create something with. I'm down screening for Jasmine Keys. I don't know about you. To Pan on the cut. That will be a shot clock, will it? No, it won't, but she misses everything, so it will be. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Italy lead by 10. The crowd have been magnificent the entire game. Lithuanian fans in full voice. The Italian fans increase their decibels to try and drown out the Lithuanians. Oh, Donskihita puts her on skates but can't get the score. Instead, it's an offensive rebound. Mishkiniena. Santucci whips it through. Pan downside to Olbis. Olbis, lovely little shake. Rolls over the rim and away though. Donskihita blocked by Andre. Extends that wingspan and swats it away. Passa to Pan for 3. Comes up short. Yoshkaita, captain consistency for Lithuania.
Such a pretty move, really took her time there. That nasty right to left crossover. What a finish.
Foul's called off the ball. Who's that on?
Number 17 is
Is it on Meshkanite?
Looks like it's on Meshkanite. Both teams will make a change here. We'll see Madeira come in for Keys. We've also seen Smith-Taraita come back into the game for Mishkiniena. Passa at the line for 2. interestingly right now, Lorela Kubai looks like she's trying to shake something off behind the officials' table. She's doing little short sprints and stopping on her ankles with the medical staff. Offensive rebound, though, for Italy as they look to close out this quarter on a high. Their lead's been trimmed to just 6.
I'm shocked.
Santucci way downtown, comes up shy. Yoshkaita once again goes high for a big rebound, her 4th of the game.
They're very lucky that Italy did not score on that possession. How does a free throw shooter get her own rebound?
Donskihita wide open for 3, not this time. Sventeraita will draw the foul. Sventeraita heading to the line for 2 shots. She's 4 from 6 this evening. Rebound at number 8 for Agnes Sventeraita.
She did a good job keeping the ball high away from Santucci. Had she brought that low, I'm sure Santucci would have had her hands all over it.
See a change as Lavovskiena comes out of the game and Grigoloskita comes back in for Lithuania. 3.6 seconds left. The first is good for Sventeraita. Second, she continues to be that consistent force. Passa from the half, off the glass and nothing else. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. This game hangs in the balance. With 10 to play, it's Italy 46, Lithuania 42. Here are the stats from the first 3 quarters. Certainly feels like Lithuania are slowly but surely getting their offense up and running.
Yeah, they outscored Italy 19-12, and they still only made 1 3, which is crazy. But again, I think they did a much better job taking care of the basketball that quarter. Still, they only had 3, which isn't terrible. To have, 3 turnovers in 10 minutes. But, hey, Italy's been in this position several times now.
Seems to be the script for Italy,
It's been the script. They've had the lead comfortably, and then they lose it. So I don't know what is about to happen in these next 10 minutes.
The one thing that I would say that feels different is that Lithuania are deeper and more consistent in their performance than Slovenia and Serbia were. So Italy were able to re-establish their leads after giving them up.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tougher if Lithuania are able to get their own lead in this game for Italy to re-grab control.
I would agree to that. However, just the 50-50 balls, the little mistakes that Lithuania is making, I have this feeling that I don't know if it's fatigue, if they're tired, but they don't seem to want it as badly as Italy.
It might be the power of the home crowd as well. Over 4,000 Italian fans cheering you on. You don't want to disappoint them. But once again, we see before they need to be the Lithuanian players on the floor ready to go. Donskihita, Yoshkaita, Grigoloskita, Meshkinaita and Sventeraita. As for Italy, they'll go with Passa, Verona, Zandalasini, Madeira and Kubai.
Italia, Verona, Pasa, Zandalasini, Madeira, Kubai.
Final quarter of action here in Group B. We've had a wonderful week here in Italy. Bologna has delivered every single game. We have but 10 minutes left, and this one could not be more perfectly balanced. Italy lead by 4 over Lithuania.
That's Zandalasini's.
On Zandalasini, that's her 3rd. If you're Coach Stanislavskis, how tempted are you to run an offense that goes straight at Zandalasini straight away?
Post her up again.
I'd be running her over screens. I'd be dropping her into the post. I'd be doing everything to try and put her in a situation where she's going to commit a foul.
And I think that's what the plan is right here.
High arcing rebound, knocked out of bounds. No, it's saved, but it's only saved into the hands of Kubai. Horns offense for Italy. Foul's going to be called on Donskihita as she gets caught in a mismatch with Xander Lassini, and I don't think she fancied being taken into the post. Second foul on Donskihita. She'll come out of the game as we see Sinishkaita come to the floor. She has 3 fouls. Verona. Xander Lassini won't take the shot, attacks the basket. It's a near impossible pass to make to Kubai. It's deflected out of bounds. Just deciding which way. It will be Lithuanian ball. No, it won't. I think we're going to go to
I think
review.
it's going to, yeah.
No, it will be Italian ball.
She said white, but pointed the wrong way.
Okay, so Italian ball. Good work between the officials to get the decision in the end. But they've only got 1.9 seconds on the shot clock. Ball's going to head to Xander Lassini. Comes around the screen, and the jumper is off target. Yoshkaita grabs another rebound for Lithuania. Her 5th of the game. She'll pull up for 3. That's heavy-handed. Passer with the rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the right shot to take. I would have loved to have seen her be more aggressive and try to get Xander Lassini in foul trouble.
Yeah, that shot's only the right shot when it goes in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Xander Lassini now trying to shake things up. Sidestep, 3-ball, high arcing, high rebound. Batted away into the Lithuanian hands. It'll be a charging violation, and that is a really big call, because if that had gone the other way, that was foul number 4 on Xander Lassini. So that is a huge swing. Foul whistled on Meshkanita instead. Xander Lassini a little shaken up from that one. It was a pretty heavy contact.
Well, she might be thinking, thank God, because like you said, it could have been her 4th.
So it will be sideline ball for Italy. Yotsita comes into the game as Meshkanita heads out. Verona just trying to find a seam right now. That's a nice place pass. Kubai is knocked off balance by Sventelaita. She's frustrated and walks away. That will send Kubai to the line for 2. The initial reaction to that play was Kubai should have landed, gained a strong stance, and then gone back up rather than trying just to flip it up in 1.
Yeah, I think she got pretty lucky there. Let's just be honest.
The first is good for Lorella Kubai. Only her 3rd point of the game. She's been averaging 11 a game across the first 2 in this group. Those 2 from 2, and a bit of breathing space for Italy. They're up to a 6-point lead. Yoshkaita. Sinishkaita. Little right-hand float, doesn't quite have enough on it. It's on the floor. Kubai will pick it up. Under 8 minutes left on the game, and this one could be anyone's. Xander Lassini, double team closes the door for her. Kubai against Sventelaita. Quick foot speed by Kubai. Finish not there. Foul called on Sventelaita. That's her 2nd. Kubai heading back to the line again. It's just that quick foot speed that left Sventelaita behind.
Yeah, it's a nice aggressive move going to the basket. Last 2 possessions have been good for Kubai. She's doing a great job getting to the free throw line. I'd like to see on the other side for Lithuania to get Josite involved a little bit more offensively.
Great change for Lithuania. Joškaitė will come out. Natsinskaitė, Vanderhorst comes back in. She's on 3 fouls. 2 of the Lithuanian 5 on the floor right now have 3 fouls. Xander Lassini and Pan are the 2 players for Italy on 3 fouls. Kubai misses the second note. Italy's lead will stay at 7. Yotsita. Shot clock at 5. Little sidestep into the 3. Thought that one was going to roll. It was on target, just a little too long.
I like that shot for her, though. She's made the only 3 of the game for Lithuania. I think she has to keep taking those shots.
Verona now to Passa. Passa trying to find a way through, but will come out. Shot clock down to 4. Madeira barreling away to the basket. That's strong move by Sara Madeira. She roars and receives a huge hug from Xander Lassini as Italy once again look to gain control of this game. Their lead is out to 9. Coach Staniszewskis calls a timeout.
That was a big bucket by Madeira, her first of the game. And if you remember in game 1, 3 days ago, she was huge for them off the bench. She had 2 back-to-back threes. So well done for Madeira. Again, you see Lithuania with 15 turnovers. And still really struggling from the 3-point line, 1 for 12. Having said that, there's still 7 minutes left. There's plenty of time for them to get back into this.
Oh, there's plenty more twists and turns and dips on this roller coaster before the game ends, that's for sure. Both these teams have a ton of talent, a lot of experience from big games as well that will certainly pay off here at this stage. Both of these teams know that they will be on a flight to Athens tomorrow, but they don't know who they'll be playing on Tuesday in the quarterfinals yet. The loser faces Turkey. The winner will take on what looks like a pretty formidable French team. Not to undermine Turkey.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to take away from what they've done because they've looked impressive, including a big win over Greece today on Greek home floor. That's not an easy task. So
and they only lost to France by, what, 2 points?
2 points. So either way, it's a difficult quarterfinal.
It definitely won't be easy.
You potentially have both of these teams as underdogs in those quarterfinals.
Yes.
Corner, Natsinskaitė Vanderhorst. Puts a little bit too much on that one. 6.5 minutes left on the game clock. Xander Lassini hands it back to Kubai. Kubai gets it back in the post. Shot clock at 3. Kubai, warrior inside. That's a physical battle between Kubai and Svente Raita. It will remain Italian ball as Svente Raita can only knock it out of bounds over the top of Verona.
The physicality inside is, wow.
I'm enjoying it, I'm not gonna lie. It's great to see bigs going toe-to-toe and, not passing out as soon as there's the first bit of contact.
Right.
It's, keeping going, trying to prove the point.
They're playing through it,
Yeah. Verona, back to Xander Lassini. 14 for her so far. Doesn't get much easier than that. Make it 16 for Xander Lassini.
Xander Lassini had a wide open lane because of that roll from Kubai. She basically sealed the way for her.
Yeah, the switch from Lithuania was kind of lost. Sventaraita comes out for Lithuania. She's replaced by Miškinienė. Italy's lead back to double digits now. Foul's going to be called on Kubai. That's her third. The third Italian player to pick up 3. And again, one of those fouls is frustrating. You're guarding a big who doesn't want to shoot, a long way away from the basket, and they're not even facing the basket.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Could have a 5-second violation, just gets it in time. Riazzita, that is a tough shot, rolls over the front of the rim. Miškinienė scoops up the scraps and gets her just desserts.
Great cleanup play by Miškinienė.
Her first bucket of, sorry, she's up to 8 points. It's a good return for her today. Oh, that's a tough pass, catch and shoot, Verona. Kubai throws herself into that one. If she hadn't made contact with the ball, that surely would have been a foul. Riazzita. Matic Skyder van der Horst. Little shot fake drives to the basket, but comes up short.
That's tough. You got to make those easy lay-ins, especially when you're down 9. You got to take advantage of the easy ones.
Down into the low block, Kubai against Labotskiena. Pulls the chair on her a little bit. Great defensive stand by Labotskiena. She's been averaging 3.5 blocks a game in this group.
Oh, tough pass.
Oh, it's kicked out of bounds by Madeira, though, so will remain Lithuanian ball. They're asking for the challenge, and Madeira says, no, don't ask for the challenge. I did kick it out of bounds. Out of the game comes Madeira. Keys will come back in. Kubai will also head to the bench as Albus Andre heads to the floor. And it's these changes by coaches now, these rotation moves by coaches that make and break games.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, now you've got Keys, who's been amazing from 3.
Labotskiena down low, goes over the top of Albus Andre for the 2.
And then Andre's length and long arms defensively it's going to make it tough for Lithuania.
Tough pass by Passer, knocked away and intercepted by Lithuania. Riazzita hands it over. Foul's going to be called on Keys. That's her third. We'll send Gregorskita to the line for 2. First trip of the night for her, 50% so far on the first 2 games, but timeout has been called. Italy lead 53-46. There's 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this game. Italy in the driver's seat, but not in control of this game.
Not quite yet. And given their history,
you're going to keep throwing that in their face.
I am. I'm sorry. It's twice already. So I don't know. I can't trust them. Is what I'm saying. But
I can understand that.
Can you blame me?
No, absolutely not. They looked home and dry in their last game, up by 24.
24, yeah.
And then ended up with a tied ball game and had to restart the engine and get it going. It's not an ideal situation.
And then the game before that, it was a 15-point lead. Yeah. So it's like, whew.
They're certainly making Coach Capobianco earn his money here.
Yes, they are.
Week.
That poor man.
He's a very passionate coach. I think he sees how much potential this Italian roster has, though.
For sure.
On paper, the balance between young and old and experience and the balance front court to back court, it's one of the best rosters in that sense. They're not overly reliant on one area or the other.
No, and I think we touched on this last night, that they might just be missing that leadership, that strong leadership on the court when they get in those moments where they start to lose the lead and they start to crumble a little bit, to be like, hey, knock it off. Can't do this again. Wake up, guys.
So as we return to the action, Miss Deanna at the line for 2. Big free throws here with under 4 to play. The first is good. Brings it to a 2-possession ball game.
Still only have 2 players in double figures.
Yeah, she's the second to make it. Only Yotsita has more points for Lithuania and Mishkiniena. Nandalassini in the block, looks to go to work, spin move, ducks underneath, beautiful play. Absolutely beautiful basketball.
I think if Nandalassini continues to post up, they've got to throw 2 at her. She's just too strong in the low block.
Down to Labotskiena, fades away. Foul's going to be called on Olbis Andre as Labotskiena ends up on the floor.
Yeah, I thought Andre actually even fouled her before that.
I think the clincher was the hands.
Yeah,
as soon as you put your hands on someone,
yep.
officials are happy to whistle at. So Andre picks up her 3rd foul. That's 5 Italian players with 3 fouls.
At least they all like to do it together.
It's true. We're going to be in foul trouble. We're going to be in foul trouble as a team.
Yes.
The first is no good. She shot the ball well from the free throw line this tournament, 88%, but misses that first one. Gets the second a roll home, though. 9 points now for Giedra Labotskiena. And a 6-point lead for Italy.
Still only 2-possession game here.
Nandalassini's got the mismatch. She wants the ball on the perimeter. There she is. That's why she wants it, because she knows she can create some separation and draw the foul. Labotskiena drawn into that one. That's her 3rd foul. And
yeah, Nandalassini's tough. She's tough to guard. You put a big on her, she'll pull you out.
And the whole time, what she's looking for in that phase was just mismatch.
Yeah.
She was trying to create screens and getting away so that she could get a switch, so that she could either be oversized or undersized, because she is a difficult matchup for most players.
Absolutely.
You put a guard on her, too strong.
She's going to post you up, yep.
Her footwork's too quick.
All the while, she can drain threes.
2 from 2 from the line. Her hands go to the sky. Lithuanian fans are not giving up on their team. They continue to cheer for them. Labotskiena, baseline spin. Catch and shoot. Off right this time from Yoshkaita, and it will be an Italian ball as it's spilled out of bounds by Mishkiniena. A review has been asked for by coach Stanishauskis, so we will head to the review screen on this possession. I think Lithuania convinced that it is their ball. Coach Stanishauskis wants the officials to review it, so we'll listen in. See what they have to say over the replays.
To review which team caused the ball to go out of bounds. Initial decision on their court. It's white ball. Can we go now? Please, can we go with this camera number 5, please? Go. Slowly now. Slowly, slowly. Go.
Forward, forward.
So now it's a white, 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 green, green head.
No, wait. I think this is white.
Let's see another angle, please. Go slowly. Here from this camera we cannot see.
Let's go with 5 again.
5 again, please. Slowly. So we have stop. We have now green, go. White, green, go. White.
And this arm,
This arm, the last one, it's a white. So for me, how do you see? White.
that we need to change the decision. Last touch is white, green ball.
Yes, because it's green, green, white, and go forward. Ball is going out of bounds.
So we have a...
So we are overturning the decision. Ball should be for a green ball. After the review, Kao is reverse it. Ball for a green team.
14 seconds.
14 seconds.
Great use of the review system by the officials. They're confident. They were able to see a mistake on the floor, so it will be Lithuania ball on the baseline. 14 seconds on the shot clock. An important call from the officials at this stage of the game. 2:39 to play. Italy with an 8-point lead.
This could be a huge possession for Lithuania if they can get a score right here.
Yatsita to Labutskiena for two. Rolls over the top of the rim and away. Xander Lassini scoops up her 7th rebound of the game. Just 3 short now of the double-double. Trimboli down to Xander Lassini. Spins, fades. Oh, Cecilia Xander Lassini putting on an absolute clinic here in Bologna.
I mean, what can you possibly do?
Unstoppable. That move is unstoppable. There is no
That fadeaway is so hard to guard. Wow. I mean,
10-point lead for Italy, 2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. They are close now to completing a perfect group stage in front of their home fans.
yeah. I think at this point, if Xander Lassini continues to post up, you might have to think about throwing 2 at her just to get the ball out of her hands, but that's also a very dangerous game to play.
For me, the easiest thing right now is denying her the ball. I'd rather chase her, front her. I'd put someone undersized on her to chase her.
Might be a good idea. You got 2 minutes left. You're down 10 points. Maybe next possession you throw some junk defense. You play a box and 1 or a triangle and 2. Something, because she's the only player for Italy in double figures. She's got 22, 7 for 12, 7 rebounds. I mean, just outstanding today.
She's been good all week, but this is another level.
This is another level, yes, for sure.
And if you're an Italian fan, this is great to see that progression.
Yes.
If you are going to get to that podium, Xander Lassini is going to lead you there, and to see her get better each game and to keep stepping up and to take that leadership role, maybe not vocally, but with regard to production and quality, that puts them in a great place heading into the knockout phases next week. Josh Gaita brings it up over the half. Lithuania pretty much need to be perfect now in the final 2 minutes. Sventalaita looking for Yatsita. Turns the corner, attacks the basket, ripped away. Xander Lassini is doing it all.
Now, Italian head coach is telling them to slow things down, use every second of this clock.
Lithuania now trying to deny the ball in Xander Lassini's hands. Josh Gaita being a lot more physical with her. Foul has been called, though. Sventalaita called for that foul. That's her third. And Verona heads to the line. It's good, Italy. Almost there now. 1 minute and 34 seconds away, and it is a 12-point ball game. What a dream week this has been for the Azzurri.
Right now, Lithuania has only scored 7 points this quarter.
Yatsita finds a way to get to the free throw line.
Number 8, Verona, third foul. Terzo fallo per Verona.
I felt like they were kind of on track to hit about 30 free throws this game, and they've slowed down a bit. They stopped being aggressive.
First is good for Yotsita. She is perfect from the free throw line this evening.
Look what you...
Oh, yeah. Again, apologies. Up to 14 points
Okay.
now.
Still remains perfect from the free throw line.
She keeps her perfect streak alive, which is impressive because she only shot 62% before today's game from the free throw line, so certainly stepped up her efficiency there. Baseline ball for Italy, and now we see a 1-2-1-1 full court press offered up. And Verona just breaks through it and smartly turns around, and she'll just run around in circles for 24 seconds. Burn as much clock as she can and let the Lithuanians chase. 15 seconds off the clock. That's it, Skaita van der Horst picks up her fourth foul, and Verona will just make two, head straight back to the free throw line for another two. First is good.
You know, Verona hasn't had the greatest shooting performance today, but she's a pretty solid player in my book.
Josh Gaita trying to put some tempo back into Lithuania's offense. Venturaita, short corner two, the jumper is heavy. Xander Lassini with another rebound. She is one rebound shy of a double-double here. Verona, again, will just look to burn the clock. Almost stolen away, and Yotsita will be called for the foul. Trimboli will head to the line. 47 seconds to play. Italy are going to close out Group B unbeaten. They are going to deliver 3 huge wins on their home floor in front of their home fans. They've beaten Serbia, they've beaten Slovenia, and now they are less than a minute away from what looks like a huge win over what has been a very impressive Lithuanian team.
It has been, but today they really, really struggled offensively, only scoring 51 points right now. I don't know if they were tired, if they ran out of gas.
I think I give credit to the Italian team, particularly their inside defense has been pretty physical and impressive, and how they manage their foul trouble is also impressive. Out of the game comes Cecilia Xander Lassini to a standing ovation from the fans. Pan comes in her place. Even Gigi Datomi, sitting on the front row, is on his feet, showing his appreciation for Xander Lassini. Sinishkaita now. Dives inside, rejected. Andre will scoop up the loose ball. Final 30 seconds, about an 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Italy will surely run this out. Yes. Every Italian fan in the Palazzo Arena is on their feet. Italian flags waving high as the Italian team will leave Group B with a perfect 3-win, 0-loss record. They are headed to the quarterfinals to take on Turkey. Lithuania will play out the final 6.6 seconds as they now will head to Athens to face France in their quarterfinal on Tuesday. Celebrations on the Italian bench. A perfect group stage for Italy here in Bologna. Celebrations for the players. It's a huge step for this Italian team towards hopes of a medal and who knows, maybe even a trophy. Final score here is Italy 65, Lithuania 51. this one was always going to be a physical battle. Two very good teams who have looked very good this week, neither stepping back. What were the keys in this game that enabled Italy to secure the big win?
I think it starts with their defense. Like you said, they were very physical inside, which caused a lot of issues for Lithuania. Their bigs really struggled tonight to score. And on top of that, Zandalicini. It was Zandalicini.
Yeah, that is a quick answer to this one. Zandalicini ends up with 22 points, 9 rebounds. That is a hell of a stat line. That is why she is the superstar she is, and the crowd love her the way they do. The Lithuanian team turned to what has been a wonderful traveling support to show their appreciation, but their tournament is not done.
It is not done, and for them to make their first appearance in 10 years, they have a lot to be proud of. 2-1 in this group was not easy.
No.
So yeah, you never know. I think obviously going to Greece and playing France in the quarterfinals is going to be a tall order for them, but like I said earlier, anything is possible in this game of basketball. Looking
from France's perspective, though, they won't be looking at this like it's an easy quarterfinal. There are some kind of curveballs in this Lithuanian roster and the way they play, that it's not going to be straightforward for France in that quarterfinal. Lithuania are going to make them work.
Oh, for sure. And there's actually been a couple Lithuanian players that are very familiar with these French players, that they have experience playing in the French league. So yeah, it definitely won't be easy either way, and I don't expect France to take them lightly either.
Here are the fourth quarter highlights as Italy were able to hold their nerve, keep their composure, and secure their third win in 3 games. They'll now head to Athens tomorrow with the quarterfinal on Tuesday. How good is this Italian team? How far can this Italian team go? Can they dream of that trophy?
Absolutely, why not? I mean, when you have a superstar like Zandalicini, and then on any given night, any of these other players can step up and perform, they can go very far. And they've got depth, which is something that's going to be crucial, especially in the second half of the competition.
Yeah, when fatigue starts kicking in, the Italian team's depth and versatility. They've got options, multiple options at pretty much every position and every role within that team. So foul trouble doesn't cause them so many issues. So yeah, they looked set for a deep run in this tournament. Before the tournament started, I spoke to some of them and I was like, I've got you as a semi-finalist minimum. That's where I'd position them, and I still believe that now. I still believe they are set to get to the semi-finals, and we talked about it before, the one and done situation.
Yeah.
It could be anyone's at that stage.
It can be. I think going up against Turkey is going to be a very interesting game. They're playing very well right now. And McCowan on board too. Woof.
So there is our final group standings here in Group B. Italy top of the table, 3-0. Lithuania second, and we'll head through to the quarterfinals as well, 2-1. Slovenia in third, 1-2, and Serbia leave the group without a win. Our results earlier today, Slovenia beat Serbia, and just now we've seen Italy come away with a 14-point win over Lithuania. Bologna was billed as the group that would deliver nail-biting roller coaster basketball, and it has done just that. We have had 6 games here over the past week, and every single one of them has been phenomenal. A huge battle to close us out. It's Italy who win the group with a 65-51 win over Lithuania. Thank you and good night from Bologna.